We
Okay.
are the group three, and our topic is the students who are challenged in English language.
I am Alan Peter Polem Quinto.
I am Maliana Cassandra Bautista.
I am John Claude Kevin Celis.
And I am Jevin J. Manlutak.
I am Alan Melchor de Jesus.
Jordan Escoto.
I'm Mark Alexis Candil.
Some people find English quite hard to understand. In critical reading, comprehension is a must for person to have effective learning. In some cases, English learners who are struggling readers so often lack the instruction and support they need. Even if even as they are tasked with absorbing skills and content in English while they are learning the language. When the English learners are showing signs of reading difficulties and poor comprehension, educators often have a hard time adjusting some of the learning tools and figuring out what's holding them back.
The first and the most crucial reason for their bad English is their negative attitude today toward the language. Students often say, mag-Filipino tayo eh. Or pa-English pa.
Statements give the impression that they consider it unpatriotic to be talking in English. But do they really? Aren't these words that they have picked up from their parents and their non-English teachers? It's disappointing that students who are taught critical thinking in school mimic the words of fools, saying makabayan ako, mag-Filipino. An excuse not to learn English, a way to cover up insecurities about the language.
But even when they do not say anything, you can sense there is something wrong with students. How students regard English. The problems that most students face in speaking was having a lack of vocabulary, not being confident to speak, not being used to talking in class, and difficulty expressing words or sentences. The causes of problem most students faced was being afraid of making errors.
Many factors affect our student ability to read critically, including the language use. Critical reading requires a clear and concise understanding of the written text, which can only be achieved if you are competent enough to understand the language used.
Let's think of some solutions for the students who's challenged in the English language.
I have an idea for the students to learn faster. They need to make time for reading at least 30 minutes per day. If you want to improve your reading skill, you need to focus and study. 30 minutes per day. This will help to improve your reading skill, the student in English language. And I suggest that they also need to watch movies. That may also help them not only to improve their English, but also they can practice reading faster and understand quickly.
In this modernization, there are a lot of applications that can be downloaded online that will help them practice the right pronunciation of English words. And if they want to learn to read aloud, they may practice not only their reading and understanding, but also their pronunciation, listening, and speaking.
As what you said about online, they can also learn by watching a tutorial video on YouTube on how to improve their English reading. This may also help them the right pronunciation of words and listening skill.
But also, they need to use different kinds of dictionaries like Merriam dictionaries or any that may help them in case they found the deep English words.
Reading comprehension is fundamentally about the English language, and the English language plays an important role in our lives because it helps in our communication. It is the primary language used to study any subject all over the world.
Critical reading is one of the essential reading skills that everyone must master to be further their education. To be a critical reader, you must first determine why you are reading. Knowing why you are reading particular text can help you organize your reading as well as you apply what you've learned. Second is that you must devote a significant amount of time to it.
Allow yourself to struggle with the text to comprehend it. But don't get hung up on single difficult details in first reading. Rather, mentally Mentally suspend confusing passage and continue reading with the expectation that what appears difficult to understand now will be clarified as you go.
Reading effectively necessitates approaching text with a critical eye, assessing what you read not only for what it says but also for how why it says it. Being an effective reader also entails being able to assess your practices and working to improve your critical reading abilities.
The solution is help them to boost their confidence that doesn't be afraid of making mistakes.
Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. If you find yourself stumbling across long or complicated words, simply stop and give yourself a few seconds to breathe. Then continue speaking.
The fact that you're the fact that you're communicating in language that is not your mother tongue is reason enough for you to be proud of your accomplishment. As with every difficult task, the key to speaking English with confidence is to practice, practice, and some more. Be consistent in your language journey and make sure to set aside some time every day to speak in English. As a conclusion, the more students engage in reading, the more they enhance their critical reading skill.
That's our report. Once again, thank you everyone for listening our idea on how to improve the reading skill of the student, the challenge in English language.